Hello, my old school soul food family. Chef Jeffrey back with another video. All right, y'all. This is almost November. It will be right now. It's Monday. What is it? Monday. It's actually Monday. It's 1 o'clock in the morning when I'm doing this video, y'all. So y'all get back. I just got back in town from Arlington, Dallas. Great weekend in Dallas. Rangers lost Saturday night, but the Cowboys won yesterday. So life's good. But it's not about sports right now. It's about Thanksgiving. It's Monday, October the 30th, y'all. To me, it's Thanksgiving time. Last week of October, hey, I called it November. So the next, what is it, 20 something videos gonna be about Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving pies, cakes, protein, vegetables, stuff like that. I'm gonna show you the way I do it. And I start early. But today I got a video on the tips and tricks and little advice to make your Thanksgiving day easy and easier, because nobody wants to be stressing around on Thanksgiving. Let me tell you this. I say this every year. The only thing you should be making on Thanksgiving morning is your turkey. Everything else should be pretty much done. All you should have to do is pretty much like warm up a few items. But everything should be done. You should wake up Thanksgiving morning and put the big turkey in the oven. Everything else should be pretty much absolutely finished. I know so many people get up on Thanksgiving just stressed. Why need you get this done? How do you get the why? You have all month organized. So we're gonna start from the top. Uh First thing you need to get your grocery list done. Little things I do first, I get my turkey necks. I go buy my turkey necks. If you got a big freezer, it's even better. Even if you don't have a big freezer, this don't take up that much room. Start looking for turkey necks. People say, "What do you need turkey necks?" I use turkey necks for two things. I use turkey necks to make my stock, which that video probably come out tomorrow or Wednesday. I make my old school turkey stock, then I pick the meat off the turkey neck and I'll fold it into my dressing. So turkey bones serve two purposes for me. For the turkey stock, and then the meat that comes off, I pick it off, chop it up, and fold it into my dressing. That's a secret ingredient to my dressing also, y'all, is the turkey, is my turkey stock in the neck. Takes dressing to the next level. Speaking of turkey stock, which I'll explain in the video when I'm making, there's no shortage for stock. Real homemade. This stock takes 4 to 5 hours to simmer to make, which I'll show y'all in the video when I do it. It is a game changer. Every time somebody make it and they email me back or direct message me, they tell me how awesome recipe. Because I use my stock for my gravy, my giblet gravy, which I'm gonna start making this week, and my dressing. I use that for two items. Um, it is definitely a game changer, turkey stock. So anyway, get your turkey necks, go get your giblets. If you can't find turkey giblets, which is hard to find, use chicken. It's the same thing. There's no different. If you got to use chicken necks, you can, but turkey necks in the South here, especially in the Houston area and Dallas area, well, we can go to HEB and find it, or I can go to the my meat market and they have it in there. So turkey necks, go and get that and put it in your freezer, because everybody gonna be buying this stuff. Giblets. Last year, right the week before Thanksgiving, nobody could find chicken gizzards, turkey gizzards, no one, because people buying them up. Another thing, y'all already know my secret ingredient for the sweet potato. People went through this last year, couldn't find it, and I got everybody buying it. Go get your butterscotch now. Butterscotch gonna be for your sweet potatoes and your sweet potato, your candy yams. Candy yam, sweet potato. That's my secret ingredient. Everybody knows that try this. They very apprehensive beginning. Butterscotch and sweet potato is a game changer, y'all. It's a game changer. Go get you a jar. I got 4 jars already. That'll last me through the holiday season. And y'all don't know where to get butterscotch at. It's over there by the ice cream. Usually at the ice cream aisle where the ice cream is, the freezer. At the end cap on the aisle is usually right there with all the other topping, the hot fudge and the caramel and all the ice cream toppings. Usually right there in the store if you're looking for it. Most supermarkets have it. but butterscotch, not caramel, not chocolate topping. It's butterscotch topping. Some people get it confused with caramel. Now it's a big difference. Butterscotch has a different flavor than caramel. So go and get your butterscotch. And go and get it purchased. It ain't gonna spoil. And just put it in your pantry. You'll have it when you need it. Also, y'all, I got a Thanksgiving playlist for the last 2 or 3 years. And every video that I post about Thanksgiving, instead of you having to scroll through trying to find, it's a Thanksgiving playlist on my channel. And just go to my playlist, go to my Old School Soul Food channel, YouTube channel, and you go on the playlist. And I got one Thanksgiving holiday, and I have about 80 videos on there. And you can go through that and everything I made in the last 3 or 4 years, even though every video I do every year, again, I redo this video because everything I do, y'all, people say, what are you doing with so much food? Because the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, y'all know, the news caught me last year. I try to do this without being showing people what I do, because that ain't about it ain't about me, it's about helping people. But I feed my neighbors. I get about 60, 75 plates of turkey dressing, cranberry sauce, macaroni and cheese, and all the trimming. I box it up and I give it away at the local park. That's what I do every year. So that's what I do when I make all this food in the videos. I'll freeze it really properly, and then the Monday and Tuesday before Thanksgiving, I'll throw it out and get everything ready, and I'll give it away. That's what I do with all this food that I do. Okay, fresh herbs. The importance of fresh herbs, y'all. Dry herbs is nothing worse than using dry herbs for Thanksgiving. It's just not the same. Go find you some. Of course, you can do this. You don't have to do this ahead of time because the shelf life on fresh herbs ain't but to me about a week. So you don't have to buy that right now. But um, fresh rosemary, fresh thyme, fresh sage, and fresh parsley. And I use Italian parsley. I don't use the curly parsley. I use Italian parsley. It has more, to me, a better. It doesn't really. Parsley really doesn't have much of flavor, but it looks better when you chop it up. And I like it for the color. But fresh rosemary, fresh thyme, fresh sage, and fresh parsley. If you can find fresh marjoram, you can. But a lot of stores don't have fresh marjoram. So those 4 items I use a lot in my Thanksgiving cookery. Now, for example, back to turkey stock. Like I said, you can make your turkey stock right now, this week, today, if you want to. Like I say, the video will be out today. I mean, tomorrow or Wednesday. I make 2 gallons of turkey stock. Make it, let it cool down all night on the stove. Put it in. I put it in Ziploc bags and lay it in my freezer. And I have turkey stock ready because it takes 4 or 5 hours, y'all, to simmer and make a good thick turkey stock. Go and get that on out of the way. Get your turkey stock done, put it in the freezer, you're done with that. So when you make your giblet gravy, when you make your cornbread dressing, you have it already. You ain't got to make, do not buy chicken stock, chicken cream of mushroom, cream. I almost put this out here now. Just stop putting that stuff in your food. It doesn't take but a few steps to make your own uh 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 product. I don't know what it does for it. As a chef, it just boggles my mind. It's just a no-brainer. It's a big no-no to big-time chef. The cream of mushroom, cream of chicken, cream of... That's just me. That's my opinion. Y'all know how I feel about it. When I see people putting that in dressing and stuff like that, that is not old school dressing, y'all. I don't know if your parents grew up where I grew up. My parents are not putting on, my mom didn't use no cream or nothing, and no cooking at all. So that was just a no-no. So I just thought about that. But anyway, it's very important to get your stock ready. Cornbread. I'm gonna make my cornbread probably this week. I'm gonna make about 3 pans of it. I'll let it set out, which I explain to you when I do the video. I'll make cornbread. I let it set out 2 or 3 days right on the stove. I lay some foil on top of it, just kind of lay it up on top and let it sit on top of my stove for 2 to 3 days. It's not gonna make it bad, ain't gonna spoil, nothing like that, till it gets really, really hard and dry. Then I'll cut it in squares. I'll put it in a Ziploc bag and I'll put it in the freezer. or I'll put it in my food safe bag. A lot of times I'll throw it in my Ziploc bag because it ain't gonna be in the freezer too long anyway, so it ain't gonna hurt it. And I'll put that in the freezer. So when I make dressing, I don't have to make cornbread. My cornbread is already in the freezer. It's already dried out. Because if you make cornbread one day and then make the dressing the next day, it's not the same. It's not the same texture. You want your cornbread to be old. You want it to be dry, with all that juice and stuff can soak into the cornbread, but it still keeps its structure. If you make cornbread one night and make the dressing the next day with it, you're not gonna have the texture of your dressing. It's gonna be more of a uh, like smooth, but you don't want your dressing cornbread smooth. I'm hard to explain what I'm trying to say here. You want some texture in your dressing. When you pick it up, you don't want it dry, of course, but you want to see, oh, it's cornbread dressing. You don't want like it's just like so smooth. Like, what kind of bread is this? So that's important of making cornbread early. Let it sit out 2 or 3 days on top of the stove. I sure do. And then I cut it in squares or whatever, and big enough where I can put it in the bag, throw it in the freezer. So this week I have my turkey stock done, my cornbread done. I ain't gotta worry about that. That's done out of my thing. Another thing you can do ahead of time, once I've done, you can take it and you can get your giblets and you can go ahead and simmer your giblets in the water, whatever, and get them cooked off. I've done this before because it takes giblets, unless you do it in the Instant Pot, which I'm not gonna do. I'm gonna do it the old school way. It takes about 2 or 3 hours to simmer giblets and get them good and tender. You can do that ahead of time. Get them, chop them up, put them in a food saver bag, throw it in the freezer. When you want to want your giblet gravy, you got your stock ready already. You got your giblets already ready. All you gotta do is chop up your herbs. Putting that up is so much, so much, so much easier. Another thing I do this all year long. I make a lot of roux. But the Thanksgiving time, I got a video on there how to make roux, put it in the refrigerator. It lasts forever. It'll last 6 months in the refrigerator. Of course, it don't last that long in mine. I use a lot of roux. But make your big thing of roux. I usually right now, this time of year, I'll make 2 pounds of roux. Meaning I get 2 pounds of butter, melt it down, 2 pounds of flour, and I make a big thing of roux and I keep it in my refrigerator because we use it for my cheese sauce, I use it for my dressing, I use not dressing, I use it for my gravy and soups, stuff like that I'm gonna make for Thanksgiving, and I'll have it already. I ain't gotta make a roux every time I cook. So make your big batch of old school roux. It's just 50% flour, 50% melted butter. That's all it is. And put it in your refrigerator. It's very simple. Another thing, people get on to me, and it's so much easier. And a lot of people use it. Buy you some pie crust. If you use I use Pillsbury. I always use a Pillsbury deep dish, and I use a Pillsbury roll up pie crust. People say, "Oh, that ain't old school if you don't make your pie crust." If you're making one pie or two pies, get up there and go on and make your pie dough. But if you're like me, in the next 2 or 3 weeks, I'm gonna be making 10 to 15 pies, 5 or 6 cobblers. I don't have time to be sitting here rolling out pie dough. I can be doing something else constructive in my cooking than be making pie dough. If you the person, I've seen people get on comment, that ain't old school, you ain't rolling out, you ain't making pie dough. Yeah, because you sitting there, you ain't cooked all year. This is the only time you done cooked, and you're going to show people you know how to cook. So you're going to pull out and make a pie, and you're going to show people, oh, I can make, oh, this is real pie. To each his own. But I got too much to do than be making pie dough. There's nothing wrong. Y'all know I'm against a lot of store-bought stuff, but there's nothing wrong with buying your pie crust already. It is some of the best product on the market. Frozen pie crust and frozen pie dough is some of the best products on the market. Exactly. So yeah, buy your pie crust and put your some in the freezer if you want to. But I mean, that's something I don't freeze. When you want it, I'll go get it today at week of at the store or whatever. So it's no big deal. But last year we ran into an issue that a lot of HEBs didn't have the Pillsbury deep dish. That's their most popular one. It's more popular than Mrs. Smith. I don't like Mrs. Smith pie dough, pie crust. I really don't like it. But they didn't have a lot of deep dish Pillsbury pie dough in the freezer because everybody was using it. So yeah, I always talked about roux. Let's see, Oh, another thing for this is probably for New Year's, but some people use it for Thanksgiving. We had it for Thanksgiving too. If you wanted chitlins, go buy your chitlins now. Even if you don't want them for Thanksgiving, get them now, y'all. For Christmas and New Year's, I got 2 bags, in matter of fact, in my freezer already, so I ain't got to worry about it. But a lot of people couldn't find chitlins last year for the holiday because people buy them up and they can't find them in certain areas. Because I've used the ones with a red bucket, and I got 2 red buckets sitting in the bottom of my freezer. I know they're in there, got other stuff on top of them, but when I need them, all I got to do is pull them out. I actually bought them last month when I caught them on sale. They was like for $5 a bucket at HEB, and I grabbed a couple of buckets, $10 one. Right now they probably going for $20 or whatever. So I saw it was a good price, so I hopped on it. Turkeys. Now I don't deal with turkeys to the last week. I don't put no turkey in my freezer. Y'all know I don't like turkeys anyway. But I buy that usually last week. That's something you usually ain't gonna run out. HEB, which that's where I get my turkeys from. But most supermarkets gonna have an overabundance of turkeys. Last couple of years they had a shortage because they had to exterminate a lot of fowls and turkeys because of some kind of disease or whatever. So they got them rebuilt back up. Rebuilt. That sounds like they're building them, but you know what I'm saying? Produced back up. But when I buy my turkeys, I buy them fresh at the store. You know, you can have that. You have that option in the store. I don't know if people have seen that. You got the fresh ones on one side and the frozen ones on one side. In HEB, that's where they have it. Now, if you do buy a frozen turkey and that's the only choice, my recommendation, if you're throwing it out in the refrigerator, it takes 3 or 4 days most of the time. Say Thanksgiving's on a Thursday, I suggest you buy it on your turkey on a Sunday or whatever. They give you Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. You can bring it out Wednesday, brine it, and which y'all know the importance of brine. That's something I touch base on later on this next month in the month of November. But yeah, brine it, and they give you sufficient time. Now you can be old school. Now I've done this too. My mama used to do this: take the turkey, throw it in the sink, but that morning, that night, that turkey, the next morning, that turkey's ready to eat. Hey, they suggest you don't do that, but my mama did it. Put in the sink a whole day, throw it out. Hey, it is what it is. Never killed me. So they say that's not feasibly uh, healthy to do that, but hey, I've done it many, many times. At the last minute, you forget. Say you look up and it's Tuesday. Oh, you forgot the turkey or whatever. Hey, go put that turkey, get that turkey Tuesday morning, throw it in the sink. Wednesday, that thing's thawing out, and you can brine it, put it in there. Thanksgiving morning, you take the turkey out and cook it. So, but anyway, throughout the month of November, like I say, the video's probably gonna start tomorrow. First video probably gonna be turkey stock. We're gonna do giblet gravy, and we're gonna go from there. I'm gonna have, and I gotta do my cheese sauce. Gotta show y'all that. Gotta show you the macaroni and cheese. I grind potatoes. We're gonna be doing sweet potato pie, pecan pie, banana pudding, German chocolate cake. Some people like the broccoli and rice casserole. I didn't grow up on broccoli and rice casserole. I didn't grow up on green bean casserole. If y'all want to see that, I know how to make that. I'm showing y'all the best way to do that, and I'm dumbing it down for y'all. In the job I recently retired from, I used to have to do this for 1,500 people. And Thanksgiving morning, at my job, when we feed the buffet of 600 to 800 people, it was flawless because we were so organized. Everything was already prepped. We did this, and this. I do it the same way in my house. Of course, I dumb it down the numbers, the lots, then waking 1,500. I do it like I'm cooking for 100 people, which I am in next month pretty much, and I'm getting away from my friends and neighbors. And you can see it. I do it in such a small space, and people say, "How you do all this food, all this cooking in such a small space?" Because I'm organized. I think ahead. I don't wait to the last minute. I write things down. Make your list. Sit down today. Make your list. Okay, what you making for Thanksgiving, what you anticipating. Are you feeding people? How many people you anticipate feeding? Are you taking something somewhere? People coming in your house. If you're doing turkey dressing, cranberry sauce, I'm making cranberry sauce too, but I also use the one in the can. And you doing what kind of vegetables you gonna do? What kind of pies and cakes? Speaking of pies and cakes, I don't suggest freezing pies. Let me explain to you why. This is my experience with this. No matter, I've tried it many, many ways. I know you can wrap it in with cakes is no problem. As long as they're not frosted, you can take cakes. Like if you're doing a bunk cake, but preferably the stack cakes, the round cake, wrap it in plastic wrap and then wrap it in foil, lay it in the freezer. The cake come out when you throw it out, it's no problem. But pies, what seems to happen with pies, especially with sweet potato pies and buttermilk pies, when you throw them out, it tends to separate from the edge of the crust, and the crust seems to kind of fall out when you cut it. Like when you cut it, that bottom crust. To you, it might not be no big deal, but to me, I'm an attention to detail type person. I like all my food to look flawless when I serve it to the people. That's my problem with freezing sweet potato pies, buttermilk pie. Now, pecan pie, I don't really have an issue with, but to me, people say, "Oh, can you freeze pies?" You can, but when you throw them out, it's not going to be the same. So my suggestion is make the pie a day before. I try to make my pies sweet potato pie and buttermilk pie. I'm not going to make it no more than a day before. Sweet potato pie will separate on you. When I mean separate, there's so much moisture in a sweet potato pie that the crust will get soggy on you quicker than any pie. Now, pecan pie, I'll do it a couple of days before. Pecan pie will set up longer. A buttermilk pie will set up a little bit longer, but a sweet potato pie with the moisture in the sweet potato pie, it makes the pie dough a little bit moisture. Now, if you're doing stuff like lemon meringue pies, of course, that's a no-brainer. You can't freeze no lemon meringue pie, coconut pie, stuff like that. But yeah, that's my suggestion. But cakes, as long as you got them whole, not frosted, you can pull them out later on and then throw them out and then put the frosting stuff on there. I don't suggest taking a cake, frosting it, and then putting it in the freezer. Cake, you got a German chocolate cake, just make it up to the cake part and then later on throw it out. Make the German chocolate cake icing, ice your cake, voila. So I suggest if you're gonna do a lot of cakes, I'm gonna do about 6, 7, 8 cakes in the next few weeks, and I'm definitely gonna freeze a lot of them up to a point and then throw them out. Pies, next one I'll probably make 10, 15 pies for my uh giveaway out there at the park by my house. So yeah, y'all, if you got any questions, put in the comments, and I'll be starting my live again this Monday. Tonight I'll be live, and I'll be live every Monday uh, uh, all the way up till the end of Thanksgiving. I haven't did a live, I don't think, in a month and a half. Actually on the Monday, so I'll be live this Monday to talk Thanksgiving and catch up on things and stuff like that. So I just want to make this little video to give y'all little tips and things like that. Like I told you before I interrupted myself, make a list of everything pretty much, and keep that list out because you might want to add or subtract something on the list. You might forget something, so make a list, put it on your refrigerator. Okay, I'm making this, or you might have to contribute to something. Maybe you're the person to make macaroni and cheese. You're the person that's doing the turkey and taking it somewhere. Make a list and then put the recipe. Like I said, every recipe I have description is in the video. The video recipe is in the description of the video, and write down your grocery list. What I need. I need this and that. I need cream for this. I need carrots, celery, onions, all that stuff. I need that. Another thing, I tell people this all the time. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to be serious. Thanksgiving is not the time to be creating something you never did before. It's a disgrace to you, and it's a disgrace to your family and friends. This is not the experiment. Or if you never made macaroni and cheese before, unless you're doing now, I've heard people practice rounds. If you're gonna do it, practice it a couple of times. Don't show up with something. Oh, I saw this on TikTok. Y'all try this out or whatever. You ain't never made it before. You're gonna make yourself look bad because it ain't come out right, and they're gonna be talking about you for the next 2 or 3 years. You know how your family is. You got that auntie, you got that uncle, or that cousin you don't see but once a year. They're gonna talk about you. Gonna be in the corner. Oh, such and such. You see that? What they bring? Don't tell them bring nothing else. And da, 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 da. This is not the time to be experimenting and taking and having people come over your house and something you know made before. Don't even know what it is. I keep it simple on my traditional Thanksgiving menu. I do the regular turkey dressing, giblet gravy, cranberry sauce, potato salad, macaroni and cheese, green beans. I gotta have a sweet potato pie, buttermilk pie, pecan pie, German chocolate cake, banana pudding, peach cobbler. Those are the kind of things that you'll see if you were to come over my house for Thanksgiving. A coconut cake, most definitely gotta have that. But that's it. So anyway, I try not to make this video too long, but I'll be putting out a couple of more throughout Thanksgiving because y'all probably get a lot of questions or whatever. I'm trying to make it where your Thanksgiving is flawless and easy because holiday cooking is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be happy, fun. The whole holiday is supposed to be fun. Not supposed to be stressful. Thanksgiving morning, you don't want to be sweating and frustrated and running around like crazy. That's when you make mistakes. That's when you start burning up stuff. That's when stuff started. Lady VV, she's speaking of Lady VV. Lady VV, start making your turkey stock right now. A lot of people don't understand what I'm. A lot of people ain't gonna get the joke, but Lady VV, start making your turkey stock right now, so you'll have it done by Thanksgiving. I'll leave it at that. So a lot of people know what I'm talking about when they'll get that joke. So anyway, that's pretty much it, y'all. I hope everybody have a blessed Thanksgiving. I'm here for you, and I'm excited for December with Vlogmas, which I cook actual food every day for 25 days straight. So Vlogmas is a lot of work, but I absolutely love it. So I'm here for y'all. I love y'all. Y'all are my family. I got a lot going on in my life on a positive thing I'm doing here. I've got another channel I'm running and doing, and I'm still doing my working dollar. Still got that thing going on. I was dealing with a lot of stuff this weekend. I'm dealing with stuff here, helping my neighbors here. I love it because it keeps me busy. That's why I retired from and I'm still enjoying life. I'm still traveling, still going to my sporting event. Like I say, people say, how you do all this stuff? Because I'm organizing my life, I'm organizing my kitchen, and organizing everything. When you organize and plan, life is flawless. So anyway, let me close this video out. If you like this video, please share, please comment, please subscribe, please follow my other social media accounts, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch TV, Pinterest, and oldschoolsoulfood.com. Remember the hashtag 2023, just show some kindness. Old School Soul Food. Till next time, have a blessed Old School Soul Food day, and I will definitely see y'all in the next video. Y'all have a happy, blessed Thanksgiving. I will see y'all tonight online, 5 p.m. Central Time, YouTube. Love y'all. Bye.